Alright guys, on the menu of gains today we have Power and Iron Up. Opening up part one is all about some explosive, powerful, progressively, increasingly heavier movement, right? So you have 30 different total cleans and 30 box jumps, and I encourage you to make every one of these reps as focused on your technique and as explosive and athletic as possible. So the goal of this workout is not to necessarily breathe very hard or super hard. You might breathe a little hard just by proximity of being under tension, but the goal is to be as athletic and as strong as possible. Build strong neural connections. So you're starting off, you got 10 high box jumps, then you take a 30-second rest, aka enough time to walk over, shake it out, feel strong again. Then you got 10 power cleans at 40 to 45% of your 1 rep max, taking you a 1 minute rest, aka long enough to change your weights out, and then work your way back over to 8 box jumps, 30-second rest, 8 power cleans at progressively heavier weights. So you go 45 to 50%, then you rest 1 minute, 6 box jumps, power cleans again, continually all the way up till you get to 60 to 65%. If you're feeling great, 70% probably okay. Much further past that, you're going to accumulate a little bit more tension on your body than we're looking for today. So part 2 is going to be 100 banded hamstring curls in 1 set if possible. So you're laying on the ground, you got your band set up, you're probably not going to do 100 in a row, spoiler alert, but if you do, I'm going to be impressed. But either way, you want to try to keep your hips pressed down, curling as much as possible through the heels towards the booty, right, towards the glutes. Keeping the glutes squeezed will help you effectively use your hamstrings more, but again, as fatigue sets in, you're probably just going to do what you got to do. Part 3 is going to be 100 banded or machine quad extensions. And so how can you set this up? You set you up a bench. You can run you can run bands across that sit down and extend your legs up through the bands. You also could set it up with a cable where you're sitting on this and you have a band around your ankles and it's sitting to a weight decently far back that's not going to move. You could do that as well. So there's a couple different ways you can set it up. You can kind of girth hitch around your ankles. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but regardless, we're looking to set this up. If you don't have any bands, you can't quite get this figured out, then sneak you in some quad squats, something like that. It's going to bias your quads, some wall sits, anything that you can work in there is still going to be all right, as long as it's focusing on the quads. This is just going to give you a whole lot of blood flow and help not only build your muscle, but get a lot of rehab to all the tendons that you're going to use for all the rest of your lifting career as well. Fitness and sport, part 1 is going to be 12 box jump on and overs and 12 hang power cleans, 45 to 50% the entire way, but there's the rep scheme is going to go down. So on and over is much more difficult than just high box jumps. And this, in fact, is definitely going to get you a little winded. So you're going to do 12 and 12. And it says 30-second rest to a minute. So what's the litmus test we're looking for in here? As long as you have good athletic movement. You don't want to get caught up in trying to go so fast that you end up missing the box or you have kind of very poor technique on your cleans. So as long as you're staying athletic, even if you're breathing hard, keep the party going. That's why you got your 30-second rest in there. 9 and 9, 6 and 6, 3 and 3. Same thing here, same thing here. Too easy, TDY. All right, so our TDY is modeled after our Power and Iron Up. And it's got 5 rounds, so instead of kind of this increasing weight with a decreasing rep scheme, it's just staying static in the number the entire time. So you got 10 high box jumps. If you don't have a box, you can always do tuck jumps, and then 10 dumbbell power cleans, right? So as you get set up for your high box jumps and you turn around, go to the dumbbell clean, still make sure that we don't make it just a back exercise. Drop the hips low, keep the spine nice and neutral, get you a lot of good reps in there. Rest in 1 minute between rounds, because even though it's going to have a little bit more breathing component, a little bit lighter, we want to still build solid athleticism, not just cardio on this workout. So 1 minute rest in between rounds. Part 2 is going to be 50 light dumbbell hamstring curls, and the reason why we went 50 versus 100 is naturally going to have a little more intensity, therefore we got a lot less volume going on here. Either way, it's still going to have probably the same damage to the fibers, 50 versus 100, completely different intensities and modalities looking at. Part 3 is going to be 50 light dumbbell quad squats. Same thing we talked about before. You could either do it with a dumbbell or you could just do a body weight, whatever you feel like is going to work for you, too easy. TBY is going to be 5 rounds of 10 tuck jumps and 30 seconds as many reps as possible squat jumps. So this is going to spike the heart rate. Then you're going to keep it going. You're going to keep that party going. This is a little more cardio intensive than probably anything else done today. And you got rest 1 minute between rounds to let that heart rate come back down and then to get as many reps as possible in the next round. Part 2 is going to be 4 by 50 Feet first crab walk over to the MHT Daily IG right after this. Take a look at what that looks like. But basically, you're just crab walking forward, and the focus that you're doing is you're really trying to dig your heels and pull your heels to your butt to work your hamstrings the entire way through. Then you got 100 heels up body weight quad squats, and same thing over here. You could do all body weight 100 of these reps as well if you wanted to pull the dumbbell off. Lag and muscle on the back half, mobility major. Make sure you guys knock it out. Hoo-yah, never quit.